Walk round the compound. We'll see some tigers. They were both just sitting there, just being like, "What? What are you doing? Why?" Every time he holds that little, you're not like this. Like most of the time, you just kind of do your thing. You come around and you just say hi to the kitties and stuff like that. Whenever you're holding that little flat black rectangle thing, you change. You get weird. Yeah. I'm frisky. I'm frisky. We got all this. There's wetness. Water. There's water. Came from the sky. It did. It was very rainy. Very rainy for the last couple of days. They're still trying to piece together, like, what actually happened over there? What was it? They're like analyzing the swirls in the puddle like the Zapruder film. Hey, Tess. I maybe got like another 20 minutes before she remembers that she's got a leg over there. A lot of times, Tess is kind of weird. Like, usually when you first feed her, she can actually still be kind of sweet. And then, like, it's a thing that changes over time. Okay. It's very strange. Where it's like, I don't know if she forgets that she's got food or what. I don't know. Anyway. Hello, all of you big cat lovers out there. It's me, Derek, again. Welcome to another super duper fantastic episode of the Walk Around the Compound webcast. I have to show my hands because they're all smudgy and they're covered with like things, dirt and mud and blood and poop. I know how to have a real good time. Look at these girls. But yeah, butchered three different horses. Oh, all big ones too. They had various different kind of issues and whatnot. Issues. Speak of the equines. So yeah, and then we got to feed a bunch of them. And these girls especially are happy because they got some fresh horsey. I mean, about as fresh as you can get without it still going. It's a compartmentalization thing. There's times where, you know, it is what it is and you just do the thing and it's just a part of what you do. And then there's other times where it's just like, yeah. It's a lot of blood. Talking about just the nature of it, I guess. Just kind of, I don't know. I don't want to say it like gets at you. Well, maybe that's the right word. It just kind of gets at you after a while. Sometimes it can. It's a lot of killing. It's a lot of killing. Whew. Happy times in the cast land. Oh boy. I'm sorry. Didn't mean for things to get so kind of bleak. But, you know, it is what it is. And I don't sit there, that's certainly not like a, oh, woe is me kind of thing, but there's just different times. Yeah, I guess we can kind of go down that road a little bit. But there's certain times where it becomes so much of a part of like the thing that you do. And you can sit there and be, you know, cutting up a horse that you just shot like 15 minutes ago. And then maybe you're with some people, you know, like other people, care, intern, whatever, and then you're just, you know, talking, chatting, you know, cracking jokes, whatnot. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness. And then there's other times where, and that's most of the time. And I guess when you first start doing it, it can be a little bit kind of just like, it's like, wow, this is definitely very different than anything that I'm accustomed to. This is different than anything I have ever really experienced before in my life. So it's going to take a little bit of time to kind of wrap my head around it. Yeah. But I guess it's like you go through the periods where, and I've even gone through different kind of things. And this is like, you know, in the earlier kind of days of my care sojourn as a younger man who was a little bit probably more confused and also was just trying to fit in, trying to be cool or whatever. And I'm sitting there trying to think like, yeah, this makes me like a badass, you know, like doing this kind of stuff. I'm just, oh my gosh, look how hardcore I am. There was a part of that, I'm not gonna lie, there was. But then it's just, you know, it's a thing that you gotta do. Feed the kitties. And I've seen so many different, and I've talked about this stuff before, I've seen just some pretty rough cases with different cows and horses that have come in, you know, just a lot of animals, just the animals that are in pain, they're suffering, and it's just, oh boy, you know. And even the ones that it's like sometimes, like even sometimes the ones that they have like like, okay, you're clearly at the end of the line, you gotta get put down. There's still those times where it's just like, yes, you're just kind of like, I don't know, even like today, it just kind of, you see it, the act of it a little bit more. I don't know, it's hard to kind of, you know, yeah, I've, people ask, like, are you the one that, you know, like, how does this happen? Do they come in dead? Do they come in? No, it's like we euthanize cows and horses that get dropped off if they're not already dead. If they have a reason to be put down, then there's a lot of different reasons. There's neurologic disorders, there's cancer, there's broken legs, there's like they're just geriatric and they're starting to lose weight and their joints are getting bad and just stuff like that. You know, they're starting to go downhill and they're not going to be able to rebound. Those are the different types of things that we see. Those are the different types of animals that we receive for feed. We don't take in like healthy, there's nothing wrong with them animals. There's always a reason. And over the course of, and people ask like, okay, well, how do you do that? Well, we do it via gunshot. I'm recapping this slightly for people who don't know that this is an element of what it is that we do. We feed whole carcass parts to our population of lions and tigers. There's like a cow carcass over there. Hi. Hello. Hello. And yeah, we get them donated from local ranchers. And if they're not already dead from natural causes, we can't take something that has been chemically euthanized. Cannot take anything that has been chemically euthanized. So they have to be put down via gunshot. And people are like, oh my God, that's horrible. And I would beg to differ. Messy? Yes. Dramatic? Yes. Violent? Absolutely. Horrible? Not so much. It's like, what are we talking about? Are we talking about, is it icky for you? Or does it instantaneously end the suffering for the animal at the receiving end? That's the question you got to ask. Because here's the thing. If you know what you're doing, you do it right, those animals are dead before they hit the ground. They're dead before they hit the ground. I've been doing this for a long time. Yeah. Getting my hands dirty for a long time. Being, I guess, the resident executioner, if you could say. Hold on. You know, I've actually even, I got schmutz on the screen. I've done estimates, and this is like as best as I can do, but estimates based on like averages per week, which that's, look, we're talking, it is a weekly average. Like I put down multiple animals every single week, and I have done it for basically the last 11-ish years, something, yeah, 12-ish, close. That's the rate. And when you kind of start to add things up with different kind of, you know, flux times and stuff like that, yeah, it gets into the quadruple digits, like multiple quadruple digits, as far as the number of times I've performed that act. Yep. Not just 100, not hundreds, not even 1,000. We're talking thousands with a zzz. So you fast forward, you do that for like 10 years, and then sometimes you just got those days where you're just, that's a lot of killing. Whew. My soul. Hi, but then I got these guys. They're good for the soul. BBs are good for the soul. Very much so. Tigis, on the other hand. Ugh. Not good. Hey. But yeah, that's the thing. And people are like, oh my God, that's crazy. That's insane. I had no idea. And it's like, well, you know, that's part of it. Those are the numbers that you gotta do, in order to feed in the way that we feed, in order to keep a population of big cats like this alive for as long, and to sustain them. Yeah. The lives of these animals is predicated upon the deaths of others. That's how that works. They're obligated carnivores. I'm obligated to be a carnivore. I'm sorry, but I must eat you is one of my obligations. So, yeah. But at least the way that we can do it, though, is that it is a service that we are able to provide to this local community. And we talk to so many different ranchers and so many different people who own livestock, and they basically say like, well, this is amazing, because then what I would have done was I would have either had a vet come out, put it down, or I would have shot the animal myself and then rent a backhoe and bury it somewhere on my property, or, you know, if I have a big enough stretch of property, just leave it for the buzzards. That's all dependent on whether or not you shoot it. You can't chemically euthanize and then leave something for the buzzards. That is against the law in Texas. Or there's like 2 places in the area, and I'm talking like, when I say the area, I'm talking North Texas. There's like 2 places that can actually receive livestock animals. There's a pet cemetery that has a huge incinerator. They can do that, and then there's like a landfill that is able to take it. But then, of course, like all of these options cost a lot of money and everything, and then we're able to provide it. The service. Oh, that's the meat. I thought that they're probably in their houses. Probably in their houses. But it's a service that we're able to then provide for these people. And then they provide a service to us. It's a mutually beneficial, sort of thing. So yeah, that's how that's all. Yeah. Oh, these guys were so funny earlier. We gave them 2 heads. I don't know what they did with them. They had 2 heads, and it's really interesting out right now, because I don't know if maybe you can see it over here. Maybe the camera's kind of picking up on it, but it's like there's like this. It's this dusting, misting kind of drizzle. So it's raining, but it's raining, but it's like heavy mist as well, and it's interesting. And like the wind is kind of like whoosh, kind of blowing everything, and it's just dusting everything. It's dusting everything with water. It's spritzing everything with dust. Oh boy. Must be all that killing. It's got to my head. But yeah. Yep. Hi. Whoop. Hello. Oh, but this was great though. This weather change, fantastic. I know I've been complaining about it, and I think I mentioned it on one of the casts. I don't know if it was a walk or a fancy. I was saying that there was going to be some frontal activity. There was going to be something that was going to be coming through. We were going to get some winds from the north. There was going to be a major shortwave trough that was going to be developing on the lee side of the Rocky Mountains. It was going to interact with a stationary frontal boundary. And there was going to be some cyclogenesis. Low pressure center was going to form, actually create a cold front. That is actually kind of what happened. But anyway, there's actually also a lot of moisture influx that actually came from the Baja region of Mexico. Oh my gosh, right? It was carted up along the conveyor belt of a large high pressure, dominating high pressure system. Yeah, it's basically setting over the southeast portion of the continental United States. And it just brought that moisture up like an escalator. Wouldn't that be great if like there was an actual like local TV guy, like a local TV weatherman that like did the reports like that, just really just like random and weird and just changed up like the delivery style all the time. All right, now it's time for Pete with the weather. Pete, what do we got going on? It's gonna be hot. All right. 70% chance of showers. All right, Pete, thanks. I just put these back on, but it's like I had to take them up because the mist was making it difficult to see. That was not to me. Mita Pita. Mita Pita. That actually... Mita. Mita. Sorry, Tess, actually. Like, Tess was going over to, like, try to pick up a piece of food. Melina was all the way across her enclosure, and she, like, ran, and just screamed at Tess, like, get out of here. Get out of here. Whoa, big tough guy. Big tough guy, as he choo-choo. Tough guy, look at you. Ew, that thing, stupid little fly. What's your name? Jerkface Jones? Yeah, of course it is. It's really hard to focus. There we go. Hey, choo-choo, choo-choo. Hi, baby. Hi, Bob. Hi, baby. Wow, 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 wow. Goodness gracious. It's very moist. But yeah, it was interesting because it increased. Of course, I've talked about this before, how basically if you have colder temperatures, it increases the friskiness. It increases like the overall just like energy, and like again, we've had so many hot days and the cats have just been kind of hunkered down and they've just been conserving energy, and they're just trying to regulate their body temperature. And for weeks and months they've been having to really spend a lot of time just like kind of just like that in the shade or in a pool or whatever. So it's like they spend so much of their time in that sort of state. So when you do have like this first real kind of whoosh kind of blast come through, everyone gets frisky. Oh, everyone gets frisky. But then a lot of times when you get frisky and then the energy goes up, everyone starts getting all like, maybe some cats will start getting cocky, and then they start kind of lapping and papping each other a little bit more, and they're like, I feel so good, I want to punch things, I'm going to punch you. And then the other cats are just like, please don't punch me. And it causes issues. And then, I'm going to punch you back. Oh my gosh. And it's like, children. Hey, you. Choo-choo. Choo-choo. I love you so much. You're such a good boy. You're such a good boy. But that's basically what happens. What? And I know that Boomer and Slade, Heidi called me and she's like, oh, we got to start. We actually need to feed maybe a little bit early today. And it's nicer because we can pick and choose the times when we feed when it's cooler. Because like we don't have to. That's another thing. In the summertime, when it's really, really hot, we can only ever feed in the evening times because the cats don't like to eat when it's too hot. So if we feed like just at 1 o'clock in the afternoon, sun's beating down on everything, it's way high in the sky, literally what the cats are going to do, they're going to grab their food, they're going to maybe take a couple bites out of it, they're going to put it in the shade somewhere, and then they're going to wait for it to turn dark. They're going to wait for nightfall, which in the summertime is not going to be until like 9:30 at night. If you're talking like June, July, yeah, absolutely. Meek, meek. Oh yeah, new boxes. So that's a big thing that you got to consider and factor and weigh. So then, of course, our timing and like when we can do stuff, that gets altered and affected. Hey, mister. Hey, mister. That gets affected. So anyway, I digress. The cats were getting a little bit frisky. Boomer and Slade were actually lapping and papping each other pretty good. And Heidi's like, we probably need to start feeding early. We need to feed early today because these guys are being absolute D-bags to each other. Being D-bags. For you kids, the little ones, you gotta ask your parents. Oh my gosh. Derek bags. Look at him, Mr. Milo. Look at Mr. Milo. Good boy. What a good boy. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh my gosh. Oh boy, look at this. Hey, mister. Good boy. There's a good guy. Good fella. Love you, buddy. Yeah, that you notice like all the different little changes. How quickly the changes happen too. It's like when they update the map of Fortnite. But you know, we don't have this stuff going on anymore. We've got it all just the way open. Yeah. Hi. Say hello to your fans. What do you want to say to the people at home, Cassie? She's thinking about it. Says. The people are waiting. They're waiting. Oh no. What can I say to my fans that I have not already said many times before? That I love them. I cherish them. I value them and respect them. I just, as one of her spokespeople, I'm sorry, Miss Cassie is very tired. Any further questions can actually be directed to me. Oh. Did a bunch of work. Well, I didn't, but other folks, Heidi and Des and Carrie Lynn and volunteers. Sean and Mark. Yeah, Sean and Mark came today. They braved the wet wild. The wet wild. You can see there's like a bunch of different branches that got put in here, and they're tied off on different stuff. So this is really great. Yeah, because there's a dead tree in our yard, so JD came, who is an arborist. And Lisa's always posting pictures of JD up in a tree. She calls him a fuzzy-faced tree monkey. She's always posting pictures on her Instagram. But yeah, JD's a tree cutter, but he hooks up with the climbing gear and everything, gets up into trees, and that's his side hustle. He's got a job, he does that, and then he also comes out here to care on Sundays. Yeah. Him and Lisa. Hi. Hey, Yano. 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 Hello, mister. Oh, he just had so much water. Have you just been getting spritzed? Yeah? Have you been getting misted upon? Yano. Yano. Mew. Look at him. He's like, oh, where's it coming from? I'm gonna crack the lid open of this case, this mystery. Let me see how happy a lot of the cats are. Just how happy and just kind of relaxed and just digging it. And it's like, yeah, it's misty, and just the air is just damp and cool, and but then, you know, it's like that's what they're just like, yes. They love it. They love it. Absolutely love it. Paw-Paw's up at the house. We'll go see him at the end. We'll go see him at the end. Oof. Yeah. It's the time we always remove all those purple berry poke salad bushes. We always get rid of those things about this time of year, because they usually like the first like things to start dying, and then they just look gross. They just look so if you leave them up, they they make the facility look all ratty. Oh my god. Yes. He's my Misty Chin. My Mr. Chin. Mr. Chin. Interesting. Yeah. I know a lot of you know the news about Mr. Paw-Paw. But for those of you that don't, the decision has been made to put Mr. Paw-Paw down. It's time. It's time. Very, very, very clearly, that's, you know, it just is. Oh my gosh, I know. There's a lot of water. It's just been raining so much. It's just been raining so much. It's still raining. We still got more coming in. Still got more coming in. All right. Barks. Angry barks. Angry barks. One more. No. Tigers love water, but lions do not love water. And so I know he is like, blah. Birds. For the birds. But yeah. It's time. He's just gotten very weak. The growths on his head they're growing, and just food intake and just a lot of different things where it's just like you add up all of those different little elements in the arithmetic, and then these types of things, which of course, oh, sorry, I hit the 33-minute and 10-second mark. But it's like you add up all the arithmetic and then you weigh it against your, you know, your experience in these endeavors, which Heidi has a ton of experience. And I mean, like I've been here working with the cats for 10 years now, so I've got my own bit. And yeah, you just know, you see it. There it is. It's fine. But we decided, of course, that we were going to make sure that his last few days was going to be spent up at the house, and it was going to be comfy, and he was going to be surrounded by love, surrounded by his people. Hi, bud. Hey, mister. He's a good boy. But yeah, it's time. So, just want to let you folks know, you know that this is probably not the best thing that you want to, or the happiest, get out of here, fly. It's not the happiest thing, or not the best thing that you want to hear. But, you know, he's been surrounded by love, and he's had a really good life. All sorts of adventures. And he's old. I mean, he's old as crap. So, yeah. You know. And a lot of people because we made the announcement. Well, Heidi made the announcement on her Instagram, and then of course a lot of people they send a lot of very thoughtful and very nice, touching messages. And then one of the things, and want to make sure that we reassure people, that we're certainly doing just fine. When it comes to something like this is like a very natural kind of thing, and people are like, I can't even imagine what you're going through right now. I can't imagine what you're going through. And I mean, it's, of course it's a bummer, but when you, like, Paw-Paw is like 19 and he's huge. He's so big. He is so big, and he's made it this long, and we're basically at the point now where it's like, all right, you know what? Let's celebrate. Let's pop some champagne, in memory of Paw-Paw. And he did it. Like, he beat so many odds. And, like, he stayed true to himself. Still snuffling and flirting and eating horse heads until, really not too long ago. So, yeah, it's, like, he's had a good run. So when you get to the end of stuff like this, you're just like, all right, this is how this feels right. It's when they're young and it's unexpected. That's when it really tears you up. That's when it messes you up. But yeah, when it's stuff like this, it's a nice send off. It's like as it should be, pretty much. As it should be. That's how you feel about it. I forgot Heidi was asking if I would go and get some pieces of horse for him. Like little pieces, just like a couple small of those fresh pieces. Oh my gosh! Look at you! Look at you, sweetie! Hi, Bubs! Hi, Bubs! Oh my gosh, look how amazing I taste, right? Right? Bubs is a fan of Butcher Day. Bubs is a big fan of Butcher Day. Yeah, he likes that. A+. Butcher Day is A+++. If Bubs were to give Days report cards. Alright, so I'm going to go grab some horse meat. I'll film that, and then that'll be the end of the webcast. This has been a little bit of a long one, but I think it was, it was good. There's a lot of different things that are happening. I guess different kind of, you're just feeling it. You feel the cast, and then you just got to keep it going. So anyway, I'm going to go get some of that meat. I'll feed it to Paw-Paw. I'll film it. And then we'll say see you later. I've got a lovely bunch of horsey meat. Do. What? What do you want? You think this is horsey meats for you? Huh? You are mistaken, mister. He's looking right at me. He's like, is that for me? No, it is not. Get out of here. I know that would get you up, bud. There you go. There's a good boy. Good boy. There's a good boy. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Want this piece, bud? Nope. Okay. Just the one. That's cool. Just the one. Yeah. Well, I missed her. I know. Doesn't look great. Yeah. Look, it is what it is. It is what it is. It's part of it. It's part of life. Part of what can happen. And he's still so strong. Anywho. I know you guys love Polly. I know you're gonna miss him. I'm gonna miss him. But he's gonna be okay. We're gonna be okay. You're gonna be okay. And we're just gonna keep on moving on. We're just gonna keep going forward. That's all we can do. And keep on helping the rest of them out there. I know, flies, right? It's going after one of the flies. Yeah, he's a good boy. He's a good boy. All right. We'll talk to you folks later. See you next time.